Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to do a very interesting dish. It's called a curry korma, but not a regular mutton curry. It's called Kari Thool korma, which means we're going to make a spice powder and then we're going to aromatize that curry with the spice powder. We're going to start the dish by boiling the mutton. I have 650 grams of mutton here, and we will add 2 spoons of ginger and garlic paste to this. We'll add 2 spoons of chili powder and 1 spoon of turmeric, and then 1 spoon of salt. We add a bit of curry leaves to it, some water, and we let this boil for a minute, for about 1 hour of boiling. We'll make sure this is ready, okay? And in the meantime, we'll now start preparing the spice powder. So here we go. I have put the mutton there in the side to boil, and now we're going to make that thool. What is thool? Thool means a spice powder, and this recipe comes from Thanjavur. I remember we did a Thanjavur food festival back in Leela in the year 2006, and we had the pleasure of traveling all the way to Thanjavur and learning these dishes from some of the households. So, and we cooked this in our hotel. So here's the version of it. What we're going to do, we're going to dry roast a few spices, and we're going to take 4 of these red chillies, and we take coriander seeds, 5 teaspoons of this, cumin seeds 1 teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of peppercorn, 1 teaspoon of fennel, and half a teaspoon of fenugreek seeds, and we dry roast. Dry roasting would take approximately 4 to 5 minutes. Amazing aromas coming out from the fennel seeds, coriander, cumin. You see, now the coriander seeds and the cumin, they're all turning brown. We switch it off and we let it roast in a little bit of the residual heat that is there in the frying pan. Now I take it off in a bowl and we will grind it when it cools down. Next step for this dish, we will dry roast some coconut, and I have taken half a coconut. It's been grated, and we will dry roast this. Make sure you dry roast it in a moderate flame, not too hot, because the coconut will get burnt. The objective here is not to brown the coconut, it's just to dry it up to bring out the roasted flavor of the coconut. Okay? So we don't need to make it golden brown or dark brown. Toast it a little bit till it becomes, see, very nice aroma of the toasted coconut. I've also seen some people use the dry desiccated coconut, but I don't recommend. Fresh coconut always has a wonderful taste and flavor. There, you see, the coconut is all looking dry, has slightly been toasted, has not started coloring brown yet, and we will now take this off. This will be ground to a fine paste with a little bit of water. So this dish is made in 3 phases, right? The first is when we boil the mutton. The second is when we roast the spices, the thool that we made. Third one is we're going to make the gravy. Now for the gravy, we start with a little bit of garlic. I've taken about 10-12 pods of garlic, and I'm going to crush it up. That's just about enough. We start the dish with oil. I'm taking sufficient oil to saute all the onions. I have 650 grams of mutton, and we're going to add around 300 grams of half the quantity of onions to it. And there is this fantastic pounded garlic. Now this is one of those Coriander recipes. in which we don't have garam masala, okay, and I'm not going to put tomatoes as well. So it's a very simple dish. All I'm going to do is I put the mutton to boil there. I'm going to take this crushed garlic, I'm going to saute the onions, I'm going to put some curry leaves. That's it. We're going to add the mutton that is cooked, and then we will add the coconut paste. Finished. A little bit of tartness will be coming in from some tamarind pulp. That's it. A very simple dish, but fantastic. Oil should be ready. We add all the garlic in first. Oh, beautiful aroma. I love garlic, especially when it is crushed like this. Beautiful. Take some curry leaves. These are big curry leaves. I'm going to give it a little twist. Break it up. And we add the onion. There's a lot of onion in the recipe because this is what gives the body to the whole dish. And we're going to saute it for approximately 7 to 8 minutes until it gets nice and brown. We want to achieve a nice golden brown color, and that will set the tone to the color of the curry. And the mutton has been boiling for the last half an hour or so, and will continue to boil for another half an hour until it is all nice and tender. As you can see, the onion is nicely getting sauteed here. Few more minutes and it will start turning golden brown in color. The onion is almost ready. Just one more minute of stirring and I am going to add the mutton back to this. So what we'll do is we'll add the masa gravy in which the water in which the mutton is boiling. So we'll add the water in which the mutton is boiling first. We'll cook it, we reduce it, and then we'll add the mutton to it. Okay, this is ready, and we now bring the mutton and we slowly pour the stock over this. And now what I will do is I will add this sauce back to the mutton on top of it. So here I am adding all the masala back to the thing. One little stir. Now the difference between this and cooking a mutton with the onion is that here we will still get a few crunchy onions to chew on when we are having the curry. Okay, so now that this is done, we add this thool powder to it. Add some more fresh curry leaves and let this simmer now with the thool powder for 2 minutes. I am going to cover it and cook it. The curry has been simmering with the thool for around 2 to 3 minutes. Wow, beautiful. See how the oil has separated. You just made sure that all this curry thool has gone deep into the mutton. And next step, we add all the coconut paste. This will instantly make it mild. So if you have tasted this dish before, now you will suddenly notice that it has become a milder dish. How? Just by adding the coconut. As I said, this is not the typical curry Kuzhambu in which you add ground coconut with all the flavoring, garam masalas and all. It's a very home style recipe. I hope you enjoy it. We cover this up and we let it simmer for another 4 to 5 minutes. The mutton Kuzhambu, curry Kuzhambu has been simmering with the coconut and the thool masala, and now we add the tamarind right at the end. You see, when you make a puli Kuzhambu, we add tamarind right in the beginning, but when you're making this curry Kuzhambu, we add the tamarind right at the end. And add a little more water just because I want it to be a nice Kuzhambu consistency. It is right, a little thick right now. Yes, beautiful. And that's it. We let this now simmer for another 10 minutes. Close the lid and we simmer it, and then we are ready to dish it out. Thanjavur style curry thool Kuzhambu. Oh, you know, that mildly roasted coconut, there's a big difference between mildly roasting it and adding the raw coconut when you're making a curry Kuzhambu. Next, that thool, freshly roasted, freshly ground. Oh, it's divine. Do try this at home and come back to me. How did it go? so I can take your feedback and make it better the next time.